I'd like to welcome everybody to the November 6, 2025 public hearing. I'd like to call the public hearing to order. The purpose of this hearing is to present the 2026 preliminary budget to the public with an overview. After the presentation, the board will welcome comments from the assembly. Before you read the notice of public hearing, I have a letter from Mike Ross that I would like to read to the community and the Town of Webb board. I'm sorry I'm not here this evening. I would like to say a few words. Like every year, putting the budget together for the upcoming year is very challenging. Rising prices, tax cap, and an estimated amount of revenue make it more challenging every year. I would like to thank our dependable department heads for bringing to the board a comprehensive budget for each of their departments. They do a great job getting this community through each year. A big thank you to Town Clerk Nancy Russell, Supervisor Bonnie Baker, and her Administrator Don Schweinsberg for the many hours they put in to bring to the board all of the numbers and details needed to complete a working budget. Great job, sincerely, Michael A. Ross. Would you please read the notice of public hearing?
Notice of public hearing. The Town Board of the Town of Webb has prepared the preliminary budget for 2026 and will hold a public hearing on November 6, 2025 at 4 p.m. at the Town of Webb Municipal Office Building, 3140 State Route 28, Old Forge, New York. A copy of the preliminary budget is on file at the office of the Town Clerk, Town of Webb, where it is available for inspection by any interested person during regular business hours.
Thank you. All right, we'll start with general taxes. They went from $3,696,923 to $3,776,742. $3,776,742. Sorry about that. That was an increase of $89,819. Highway taxes went from $593,153 to $595,220. That was a decrease of $2,067. General and highway taxes together have an increase of $91,886 or $241 per thousand. Last year's rate was $235 per thousand. This increase is covering the reval of our property and some equipment bought through the highway. Water taxes went from $115,495 to $169,165. That was an increase of $53,670 or 85 cents per thousand, which used to be 52 cents per thousand last year. The upgrades are for pumps, etc. into the buildings. The sewer district went from $198,698 to $202,042. That was an increase of $3,344 or $146 per thousand. Last year it was $145, so it went up a penny. The sewer plant, $269,014 went to $265,157. That was a decrease of $3,857. Excuse me. Yes, that was $283 per user. Last year it was $286 per user. It went down 3 cents. Employee benefits, we'll talk about that a little bit. Our employee benefits are $2,732,317. This includes state retirement, police and fire retirement, and a substantial increase in our medical insurance. Medical insurance increased 11.5%. We have a very generous medical insurance program. The municipality pays 90%. Our employer pays 10%. The employee pays 10%, excuse me. This was implemented many years ago to help keep the retention of employees. Tax collection, there was an increase of 5% for personal services. Assessor's office, there was an increase of 5% for personal services. We are making payments on the town-wide reval, so that line continues to decrease every year. There was no change in the following: town clerk, attorney, engineer, records management, street lighting, sidewalks, and Toby Trail. They all stayed the same as last year. Buildings had a decrease of 8.12%. The reason that was because equipment could be lowered because we bought equipment last year and there are no needs this year. Personal services went up 5%, and then the CSEA raise was 8%. Public safety. We had an increase in the PS line. Our chief got 5%. PBA, per their agreement, got 6%. A nice switch was the chief decided to switch telephone companies. We had a substantial decrease of $5,800. That was a big decrease for a telephone line. Thank you very much for that. The SRO continues at school, with school reimbursing the Town of Webb 9 months salary plus benefits. BTI, which if you don't know what that is, that's our program that gets rid of our black flies. We had an increase of 5% on our PS line. Transportation, we had a 5% increase on our personal service line and a CSEA increase of 8%. Publicity, there was an increase of 5% on their personal service line. Program for the aging, they had a 5% increase on their personal service line. Playgrounds and recreation, 5% increase on the personal service line. Overall line was down 23.89%. Equipment purchased in 2025, and they don't have those needs in 2026. Macaulay Mountain was an increase of 5% on the personal service line. Snowmobile increase of 11.69 overall, and that was personal service increases of 5 and 8%, depending on if you were in the CSEA, and inflation. The zoning increase was 5% on the personal service line. There was a substantial decrease in the phone due to a company change, just like the chief of police did. So thank you to zoning for that. Landfill increase of 5.73%. That's for personal services and inflation. Refuse and garbage was an increase in the personal service line only. Invasive species control, there was no increase. We kept that line the same. The water district, there was an increase of 8% for personal services. Equipment went up 227%, and that's for upgrades. We need new pumps and something else, and I can't think of the word for our upgrades. Sewer district, there was an increase of 8% in the personal service line. Treatment and disposal, an increase of 5% in the personal service line. Celebrations had a $2,000 increase because of inflation. Our nonprofits, Kinderwood received $9,000. View received $8,000. Historical received $12,000. Living 80K, $15,000. Haska, $30,000. CTS van, or CTS, no, not CTS.
Mm-hmm.
Is it CTS called? $3,000.
Correct.
The Old Forge Ambulance District went from $600,000 to $717,808. That was an increase of $117,808. It comes to 39 cents per thousand. Last year was 33 cents per thousand. Thank you to all the nonprofits. This board thanks you for all you do. Thank you to Nancy Russell, Don Schweinsberg, and the town board who helped out with this budget process. Your input has been invaluable. Thank you. Any input from the public? Yes, ma'am.
I have a quick one, and it's just from the very, very beginning.
Yep.
It's the first few minutes. We talked about an increase in general tax from 98, but a decrease in the highway from 2000. And then you said it was an increase of 91 something, but I think it would be 87.
Yes, you're right, 87.
So just
Thank you.
yeah?
No, that was an error on that. I'll fix that.
87.
It will not change the, let me see. I don't believe, I'll check though, but I don't think it'll change the per thousand. Thank you for that.
So,
Shouldn't change anything.
real quick, on the planning board side, where we stand with what we put in, submitted for the master plan update?
There's no money in for the master plan because we have to update the zoning before we can move on to the master plan. There was $10,000 put in the master plan for last year,
Yes,
which has not been used.
yes, we were planning on having a Zoom meeting, I just wanted to confirm with you guys that we're gonna do that, and that'll get us started for this year, and I don't know where it goes from there then.
We need to update the zoning before we can move forward on that.
Okay.
Is what I'm told, how I understand it.
But yeah, the zoning needs to be in before we can really.
Right, before you can move forward, or we're getting our cart before our horse, correct?
Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, we can get a lot of preliminary things done, and maybe we can get some of that started off of this last year's budget,
Yeah.
if that's all right with you guys, so.
But you can't hire Nan. Gotta go to bid for that.
Okay.
Nan-
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure
Nan's
about
not a
that, that's
sole-
what we.
She's not a sole source, that's
when
right.
Right.
we put it in, whether we're gonna
Check
do
that out.
three
She's
bids
not a
or
sole
not.
source.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want
Anyone
her,
else?
but we can't.
Yes, ma'am?
A couple of questions. Did you manage to stay under the tax cap
Yes.
from the state? And could you explain a little bit about how you arrived at salaries, increases in salaries? It sounded like some were 5%, some were 8%.
So CSEA and PBA have contracts.
Right.
So-
So they're the only ones that got the 8?
They got, yes. Yes, and everybody else got
Everybody else
5.
across the board got 5?
Not across the board, no.
Okay. Can you explain how that?
So the town clerk line did not get a raise. And then there was a gentleman in the Macaulay Mountain line who got a substantial raise this summer. So, because he is now our groomer, so he moved up into Dave Kleps's, Cress's job. So he received an increase, but he will not receive one in 2026. So those were the only two other than everyone else got.
And how did you arrive at the 5%?
That was just lit.
Yeah.
It was really hard with the 11.5% going towards insurance. We would have liked to give more money towards raises, but we just arrived at 5%. 3% didn't even cover the cost of living.
And this might be a little bit of a prickly question since Dawn's sitting here, but I just noticed that the salary, while you didn't increase it, you didn't decrease it.
Correct.
To account for a new person being in, and it's probably at least 25% higher than the state average for a new person being in.
Correct.
So-
Dawn's been doing 2 jobs for the last 6 months. She's learning this job, she's doing that job, and she possibly will be training for the next one.
No, believe me, I voted for
So
it.
that's, I'm
It's
just
not it.
explaining
I just wondered what
it.
the.
Yeah, that's the explanation
The
right there.
explanation is that you're paying 20,000 more than the national average, or the state average.
Nationally, I don't know what the national
I can tell
average
you.
is. Well,
It's
that's,
between 40 and 50,
okay.
and she's at 68, so,
Mhm.
so I just noticed that it seemed seemed pretty high.
Okay,
And just asking.
okay, that's the
Consider
explanation.
decreasing, because she's there for 10 years, she's gonna be making more than, $90,000 at an average of 3% a year. So it just, it's nothing personal at all, I'm just, these things can snowball.
Yeah,
I've seen
they
it happen, and just wondered if there was any discussion about starting it at a lower.
There was discussion at starting at a lower, but I fought for her to have that line
Yeah.
because she's been working 2 jobs and working hard.
I understand, but
And then also, in order to pay someone to train the next person, Williamson charges $275 an hour. So we thought it was best that the taxpayer got her instead of $275 an hour. That was another thought that came across.
is the new codes enforcement officer making the same that Andy was making?
No,
So you did decrease that.
yes,
And how about the assessor?
decreased.
Was decreased?
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you. Do I have a motion that we adopt the 2026 preliminary budget as presented tonight as the 2026 operating budget.
I'll make a motion. to
Tom,
adopt.
second?
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Thank you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go file it. And make sure we're good.
Talk amongst yourselves, have a good time, say hello,
My name's-
meet your neighbor.
This is where we're in discussion anyway, so it's perfect, perfect time.
Hey, Rick.
What is it? This is only the beginning of November.
Yes.
Self-explanatory.
I have paper, stuff to do with you, and just
I'm gonna
panic
call
of
you-
time
I'm gonna
frame.
call you tomorrow. That's okay. Are you here tomorrow?
Oh, right.
I just know we've got.
My plan.
I just hate
Gotta get excited and ornament.
Yeah. Spend it. Maybe next year.
Well, yeah.
Wear a brown shirt, if you're gonna wear brown paint. Every shirt looks better with paint on it.
So many people around. I don't think
My favorite one is
it's so specialized.
Yeah.
Should have the Jeopardy music playing during this.
I can put his chair down.
Like elevators.
So wait.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cause I can't blame it on Mike.
Knees are up on top of mine.
Nancy's been getting after us for a few years on that.
Chairs
You gotta put your chairs down.
Yeah.
Chairs down. Cause the corner underneath here,
Oh,
it
yeah, we
scrapes the arms.
Oh, yeah.
Our office too, so it's
Guys,
a
that's somebody else's chair.
I remember we got.
It's already peeled. Let me flake all over you.
Rams right into the arms too.
Yeah, this one's not even a regular chair.
This one's rough.
9, 10,
10 years
What are
ago.
you gonna do?
I put that up because I was like, I felt like I was like this.
Yeah, no, we put them up, then you put them down.
Alright, gotta raise the desk.
Oh, that's right, you had your meeting in here.
Yeah.
We need a new desk with a dull edge.
Yeah. Like somebody.
Well, it's actually it is.
I know, like trying to look over my thing, like that.
Then you get all these guys too.
Everybody and their brothers filing right now.
Everybody and their brothers filing at this moment, sorry.
Was this like a normal time to have a here?
I don't know, but it seems like
It's been slow moving all day.
it's kept moving and moving and moving.
Today,
Today's the deadline, right?
so I think New York State's on fire with pushing buttons. It worked.
It worked. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make the motion. Ben.
Ben, second.
I'll second.
All in favor, roll call vote, please.
We're going back up to roll call.
Yep.
I can say yeah, you can finish that.
Councilman Hannah.
Aye.
Councilman Lindsay, sorry, I'm out of order, I'm sorry. That was a test. Councilman Greco.
Aye.
Supervisor Baker.
Aye.
All right, 4 ayes.
Beautiful, thank you.